Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 22 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today was released in this year in physical media. I believe it had maybe like a VOD release last year. I'm not really sure on the details on this one. Funny history of this film, I actually saw the trailer for this during the special drive-in special feature on Frankenstein Create Bikers, which had like trailers for The Barns, Francesca, uh, She Kills, numerous other films that I really did enjoy over the years, and I wanted to check this one out. And it is titled Blood of the Tribades. Yes. This film is directed by Sofia Casiello and Michael J. Epstein. Yes. Dual directing job on this one. Pretty much the main plot of this one, we're introduced to our main setting. It takes 2,000 years after this lord and great vampire Bather had the land, and pretty much we find out like Bather had like these two vampire cults, one man, one woman, living in the world today as his creations. And this is the time of the return of Bather to the land, and the uprising has started. And the men have like this weird like illness where they have like sores all over their bodies, and their leader blames the female vampires known as the Tribades for this illness. So what ends up happening is the man clan is hunting the women vampires down one by one and trying to erase them from existence in time for the return of their great saber Bather. That's pretty much the main plot of this one without going too crazy into it. Now, my thoughts on this film. Now, when I first popped this in, the first thing I thought about was the look of the film. It has like this very elegant, atmospheric look, and it's very reminiscent of the great like Euro horror, Euro vampire films of yesteryear, especially the work of like Gene Roland, Jess Franco, and even has a little mixture of like camo horror inside of it also, which brings the elegance of like making this like a full blown like 70s like feel good like vampire film in a way. And the elegance and the art house imagery of it is very beautiful, especially with like the Gene Roland atmosphere and imagery. This film has a lot of like bases of Gene Roland's films in it, which I really did enjoy because I'm a huge fan of Gene Roland's films, of the ones I've seen of his, and I've seen a lot of like the imagery that he uses, and even like the camera work, even the music reminded me of like the Iron Rose. That's how much I love it, how elegant this film is. Now the film is in English, but the cool thing is there's this one character named Elizabeth who could actually speak the word of Bather, which is actually French. So that's really cool that they did that, because then it has that elegance and feel of Gene Roland's and Jess Franco vampire films in that sense too, because of them using the French language. So I did really respect that the directors did that, and you could tell that these two directors are a fan of like these type of cinemas. And the cool thing about this film too is it was actually shot all around like the New England area. I seen like a few parts of New England's like Winter Greens and like Rhode Island and stuff that was in this film, which I did enjoy that aspect of it. That is, they made like this New England like area feel like this atmospheric like European setting, and it has like that feel to it, and it's some great imagery, especially like these like landscape of like the castle shots. They're really reminiscent of like Hammer horror films with like the long scale of like the atmosphere and the fog roaming through the castle. Very reminiscent of like Hammer horror, and just the imagery is very like Gene Roland, Jess Franco based, especially with the eroticism of this film. And there is some like eroticism and some weird oddball scenes involving like uh, one scene in particular where like one of these vampire women is like breastfeeding a baby, pretty much, yes. And it has like that. It's just very reminiscent and feels like something you would see in like a European horror movie, pretty much. And it's very oddball and very like erotic at the same time, and taboo, especially with the circumstances that's going on within it. Uh, I highly enjoyed this film, man. It was a blast. This is a great homage to Euro horror. If you are a fan of the films of like Jess Franco, Gene Roland, and Hammer horror for that matter, this is a film you have to see to believe. Very awesome, and it's not like overly too long. It actually only runs like 78 minutes, so it goes by real quickly. I highly recommend this. If you're a fan of Euro horror, like I said, and you love like this type of cinema, you're gonna love this film. If you haven't seen a Gene Roland or Jess Franco film, I say maybe watch one of those first to see if it's for you, because then this film would be for you also. You know what I mean? So if I had to rate it, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really highly enjoy this. Really awesome stuff, and a lot of like taboo subject matters and eroticism scenes, and very artful imagery in this one. I highly recommend this film. Awesome stuff. Blood of the Tribades. 9 out of 10. Awesome ride. Alright guys, this is it for day 22. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Don't know what I'm going to review. Probably an older film. So, I'll see you then, and peace out.